Good morning, my loves. I think that we are put here on this beautiful planet to lift each other up, to encourage, to nurture, and support each other, and to help each other learn life lessons. If you are a survivor of abuse, neglect, a car accident, cancer, a chronic illness, anything, use your life journey, use your story to encourage and lift up somebody else, to light their path with your journey. And that's what this is about. I am using something that I went through years ago to light your path. Listen up, pay attention. This is important, in my opinion. God will tap you on the shoulder to get your attention. God will give you a little shake because you're not paying attention. And then he will just pull the rug right out from under you and make you pay attention. He will slow your ass down. I know because I went through that. I got my nursing license in 1979. Yes, I am older than dirt, I know. So in the 80s, I am very type A, very, very type A. And in the 80s, I was a surgical intensive care nurse, working as many hours as I could. And then I switched to family practice, which I loved. It was very different. The hours were a little better. I'm, a single mom, so the hours were a little bit better, but I was still working really long hours, lots of stress. Not so much the single mom part, but a lot of stuff going on in the family. My mom had been diagnosed with cancer. My dad had had a heart attack and a stroke by then. There was a lot going on, just a lot of family trauma drama, and a lot of things that I had never processed. Because being type A, it's like the information is thrown at you, you suck it up, you incorporate it, and you keep going. You're like a machine. You just keep going and keep going and keep going. I had never processed the death of my daughter. I had never really processed being a single mom. You just do it. You just step into it and you take care of it. I had never really processed my mom getting sick. I hadn't processed a lot of stuff. I suck it up, I incorporate it, and I keep going. So, in the early 90s, I am 5'6". At the time I weighed 128 pounds. I weigh 132 pounds today. Essentially the same size, a few years younger, because I was about 30-ish. I'm 65 now, be 65 next month. So, early 30s, non-smoker, no drugs. I would have wine with dinner. I wasn't a big drinker. Horrific stress. Some self-induced by the hours I worked. So some of it was my own fault, some of it was life. And I started having hypertension, severe hypertension. Went on the appropriate medications. Lifestyle changes? Right. Slow down, take better care of yourself. Well, that lasted like a week. I went to the doctor. My blood pressure was 180 over 110. You got to make the changes. I will make the changes. They put me on the appropriate blood pressure medication, cut back on salt. I'm already very active, so it wasn't a matter of exercise, but it was a matter of getting better rest, what we now call self-care. Will do. Like I said, that lasted about a week. God had tapped me on the shoulder. I ignored him. There was more to come. So a few months down the line, things are back to the way they were. I am just busting my butt. I start having an arrhythmia. And then the arrhythmia turns into syncopal. I would pass out. Okay, this isn't good. This is a problem. God was giving me a little shake saying, Brenda, make the changes. Does Brenda listen? Oh, hell no. No. I go to the doctor. I ended up actually going to Baylor in Houston and seeing the late, great Antonio Pacifico, who is a brilliant cardiologist. God bless him. He's passed, but oh my gosh, he was wonderful. Make the changes, on and on and on. Yep, will do. Did I do it? Oh, hell no. Nope. Valentine's Day, 1992. Valentine's Day, got off work, had a date with a guy that I had dated for 10 years. He and I are still friends to this day. We will always be buddies. And my parents were going to watch my son, take a shower, get my makeup done, putting the hot rollers in my hair, and I'm having chest pain. I'm 30, like 32. Why am I having chest pain? Well, it's probably something I ate, probably stress. So I ignore it, of course. Being a nurse, that's what we do. It kept getting worse and worse. I ended up in the emergency room. I had a heart attack. Was forced to take some time off. Was forced to sort of incorporate lifestyle changes. Meditation, calming down, not being quite as type A. Well, that lasted 6 weeks until I went back to work. At which time, my parents decided, due to their health, it was time for them to retire and to relocate to the Ozarks. Being the nurse in the family, it was my responsibility to go, take my son, relocate, so that I could help look after them. I did that without thinking. I mean, that's fine. They took care of me. That's what I do. That's my job. Didn't hesitate. Moved to the Ozarks. Major lifestyle change. Their house was just being finished. They were moving in. My son was starting in a new school, making new friends. I was, starting a new job. Horrific stress, just in a different location. I'm still type A. I had not learned the life lesson. And I had a stroke. 6 months from my heart attack, I had a stroke. God put me in time out. He pulled the rug out from under me and made me sit my happy ass down and deal with life. I don't want you to do that. When God is tapping you on the shoulder, pay attention. Make the changes and make them permanent. Learn the life lesson, because if you don't, you're going to repeat it. Trust me, I repeated it over and over and over, and it damn near killed me. I was in a wheelchair for a few years. I mean, this is serious stuff. Obviously, I'm not now, because I'm too damn stubborn for my own good, and I don't let anything keep me down. But I want you to learn from my experience. God will tap you on the shoulder. Pay attention. God will give you a little shake. Pay attention. He may shake you a little firmer, might thump you on the head. Pay attention. Because if you don't, the rug will be pulled out from under you. And if you don't learn the life lesson then, it will be pulled out from under you again, firmly, and you will fall flat on your ass. I ended up having a pacemaker to take care of the arrhythmia. I have a congenital heart issue. That's fine. Today, I'm healthy as a horse. I mean, seriously, I just celebrated 10 years cancer-free. I'm doing wonderful. I don't want you to go through what I did. I want you to learn from my life lesson. I have a very dear friend who has a very stressful job, who I think if they see this, and I'm going to send it to them, I think it will resonate, because, yeah, they've ignored the taps on the shoulder, they've ignored the little shakes, they've ignored the thump on the head, and the rug was pulled out from under them. Pay attention, learn the life lesson. Do not repeat the life lesson, because you'll repeat it until you learn it. I want the best for you. I want you to be happy and healthy and enjoy life. Don't rush through it like a machine. Savor it. Love your kids. Take time to know your kids. Enjoy each day, each sunrise, each sunset. Stop and smell. I can't talk. Stop and smell the flowers, or stop and smell the coffee. Whatever works. But make time to enjoy life, to appreciate life. Make time to process what's happened in your life, because blocked emotions, blocked traumas will manifest as physical symptoms. I hadn't processed the death of my daughter. I hadn't processed a lot of things. I just sucked it up and kept going, because that's what I do. And it all bit me in the ass. I don't want that to happen to you. Deal with the traumas. Deal with the emotions. Find a therapist, a life coach, a psychologist, a counselor. Deal with it. Face it. Accept yourself for who you are. Accept responsibility and accountability for everything that you've done, who you are, what you are, your authenticity. You will be happier. You will be healthier. May not be easy, may not be pleasant, but in the long run, it will be so worth it. Learn from my experience.